Okay, so riggedeck versus Prodigy. 3-bet. Can call or 3-bet. It's a good 3-betting hand. Mostly 3-bet probably with the A7 suited. Probably a pure call in this rake structure in the cutoff there. Or maybe a mix, but Prodigy has a great hand to bet here. It's probably betting a whole lot for that health pot size. Riggedeck is mostly gonna call. Can probably check raise at a little low frequency with the 5s there. This turn has Prodigy so well that riggedeck probably has a range check. Prodigy goes for the small bet, and riggedeck can and should call with the 5s, having the gut shot also. And then this flush card, riggedeck should have donk shoves with a bunch of his flushes, should have a bunch of flush draws. And I think this is an excellent hand also to use as a bluff. Can also, of course, do it with the 6-5. But I think, you know, having the club with the pocket 5s and, you know, having almost no showdown value, I think it's an excellent bluff by riggedeck. And let's take a look if that is actually true. Okay, so this is the closest solution that I can find. Prodigy 3-bets to 8.5, but we're just gonna go with this. It should be close enough that we can get a good ID. Fill in the values, create solution, flop. And the solver chooses a big size indeed, and Prodigy went with the 50%. Now there's still a lot of checks, but indeed, as I suspected, the A7 of clubs is a very, very good hand to bet. Okay, the solver actually min raises here, and riggedeck raises to 21. Oops. Okay. Okay, so yeah, with the club, riggedeck can actually check raise more than I thought. Still a low frequency, but more than I thought, especially this hand. 30% is quite a lot, so great check raise riggedeck. Oh wow. Okay, so the A7 of clubs is a pure shove according to the solver, whereas Prodigy just called. So we're gonna need to note lock this. So what I do, I just lock everything, combos, hand frequency. This was 100%. We're gonna make it, let's see, that this is 10%. Exactly, so current strategy, we're gonna make it that the A7 of clubs is calling 10%, apply. Okay, so Prodigy made the first GTO quote-unquote mistake. Shouldn't be that much of a mistake, of course, not shoving the A7 of clubs there. Okay, so the Ace of Hearts. Now, I said earlier that it would be a range check, and oof, it's not. Riggedeck, a high frequency check, but it's like a shove or check spot. Apparently riggedeck still would have a bunch of aces that can now shove, like ace 4, and should apparently even check raise the flop with the ace queen. I didn't foresee that. I thought he wouldn't have a lot of aces, but that is wrong. He can still have a lot of aces and has some shoves. Okay, so the solver bets 26.3, whereas Prodigy bet 15.3. Okay, so we can see our A7 of clubs here, the 10% that we note locked earlier is not checking. And the 5s is even able to shove. That is very close, is definitely mostly calling. Then the 8 of clubs. Like I said, that riggedeck should have a bunch of flush draws that he would play this way and is gonna have shoves. Fairly certain that he will have that. That is true. Right, he still has all of these, and including also the ace high, you know, not flushes. So there's some flushes here. There are some slow plays here, slow played full house that he now can shove. There's even pocket 8s in there. So yeah, he does have a bunch of shoves. Oh, okay. I thought this was a pretty good hand to bluff shove with. Apparently not. But 6 is without the club is doing it, so I guess it's not. And there's no 6-5 like I thought there was. I don't know, how does 6-5 is just 6-5 of clubs is just shoving, and there is apparently no 6-5 otherwise check raising. It's not check raising the flop, I see. Okay, so I was really wrong, but it is pretty close. You see the 1.3, the EVs are pretty off. So I guess riggedeck was off in a GTO sense. There are shoves, but the bluffs are coming from, yeah, pocket deuces. That actually makes sense, yeah. That actually makes more sense because it should unblock more of Prodigy's folds. Like, now yeah, here the 4-5 is a big, and ace-5 is actually folding. We got a little bit of 6-5s and 5s, so, you know, it's a big part of his folding range, right? 5s, ace-5 and 5-4, so that makes 5s in riggedeck shoes a pretty bad bluffing hand. And it makes deuces, unblocking all of those folds, a really good bluffing hand. And also makes this better bluffs, because it's also unblocking this sort of 5s range, which is seemingly pretty big portion of the river folding range of Prodigy. So yeah, okay, so nice hand both. Both made some sort of mistake. Prodigy should have shoved the flop right here. Should have shoved the flop. Note locked this. It's actually really also even more of a EV difference than riggedeck's river mistake. It's quite surprising. So you really should shove the flop. And riggedeck's bluff is not, which is surprising. I thought riggedeck actually made the bigger mistake here, but the EVs are just closer here. And again, I don't know if we can call it mistakes because we just don't know the actual ranges of these players. They may be making correct deviations back and forth. Anyway, this is it for today. Hope you liked this video and thanks for watching.